What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. My lifestyle is not predicated on money that I make right now, because that's active income. If I no longer have that active income, what happens to my lifestyle? It goes away. That's the reason why I keep telling y'all, man, building wealth is so important, so that you don't have to have your lifestyle dependent upon your active income. Even if I didn't have any active income, I have assets that generate income, which is passive income. So my lifestyle, it doesn't disappear. My lifestyle stays pretty much the same, because even without the active income, I got passive income through my assets, because my assets generate income. That's where you want to be, guys. When I see black folks who are making money, doing things with their money that does not build wealth, it concerns me. And that's what I see a lot. I see a lot of us making this money, whether it be in entertainment, whether it be in athletics, whether it be as a social media influencer, whether it be as a business owner. We're making this money, but we're spending it on things that don't generate no money. So when that active income gets taken away from us, we have a bunch of things, but none of those things create passive income. And that's what I see over and over and over as I'm on social media. I see black folks making money, a lot of money, and they're spending most of that money on things that will not take care of them if that active income that they're currently making gets taken away. And that's concerning. This big time YouTuber is black and relatively young, probably about 35 years old, something in that area. Huge. Lived a great lifestyle because I followed it for a couple of years. And all of a sudden now he's in financial trouble. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world you got almost 10 million subscribers? You're making $200,000-$300,000 a month in your prime, when things were really clocking. You're making $200,000-$300,000 a month just on YouTube, and now all of a sudden, it's gone. Why wouldn't you simply just take half of it and put it in real estate for income? Take half of it and put it in big boy blue chip paper assets that will grow over time. Why not just do that? This is the thing I don't quite understand. Why wouldn't you just do that? But a lot of us don't. Hey, look at athletes. They make $5, $6, $7, $8, $10 million in their playing days. Within 5 years, statistics say for athletes, black athletes, whether it be basketball or football, within 5 years of retiring, they're broke. Why is that? Why do a lot of our entertainers, why are they broke? They run into financial difficulties. Not all of us, but a lot of us are. Y'all know I ain't lying now. A lot of us are. Why? Lack of financial literacy. Lack of taking this money and putting it in assets that actually generate passive income. This money that I make and I put into the stock market, I put it into real estate, like this piece of property right here that I got now. Even though this is not a rental property, this is my primary residence, but I'm still in an area where it's desirable for people to live. So this piece of real estate right here in 5 years will be 25 or 30% more valuable than when I bought it, because I'm in a desirable location. So I put money in real estate, even though I'm not generating income from it. I put money in this real estate because I know it's a good place I can place it, and it will appreciate in time without me doing anything. I also, like I said, I put money in paper assets. And the reason I do that is because it multiplies itself while I sleep through compounding effect of the stock market. See, as these companies that I put this money in, like NVIDIA, as I put money in NVIDIA, and that company continues to do well, they increase their revenues, therefore they increase their profits, their stock price goes up. So every time their stock price goes up above and beyond what I paid for my stock, that's value. Plus they pay a dividend quarterly, but I reinvest that dividend to compound more. So 10 years from now, I do that every single month, every single year for 10 years. I keep buying this stock and it keeps growing in value. In 10 years, it'll be, in my opinion, a nice chunk of change that I can then take and do what with it? Get income from it, right? I go put it in a U.S. Treasury bond and get a 3 or 4% yield. I go put it in high yield laddered CDs and get a nice little yield. I could put it in a piece of real estate that I own free and clear, like an apartment building that'll pay me rent every month, where I don't have to do anything. See, that's not active income, guys. That's passive income. So my recommendation to these folks, man, is take your active income when you're making all this money. Think about the future. Think about when you're not making that money anymore. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do when you're not making that money anymore? How you going to take care of yourself? I'm looking at this YouTuber, man. He ain't looking real good right now. And then he got his buddies picking at him. And that's another thing, guys. You know, that's another thing. And again, man, I ain't getting into folk business. I'm just saying it's just interesting to me when he was in his heyday, all these other YouTubers wanted to be on his platform and because he had so many subscribers and he allowed them to, and now he's doing bad and they're doing good. It's just sad, man. But he could have avoided all of that. All he had to do was take that money that he was earning and do what with it? Put some of it in investments, man. Now, it's $200,000-$300,000 a month you making. You should have been taking half of that money and putting it in things that will multiply it for you and create passive income. So when this YouTube thing turns on you, which it will, we all know it does, then you got something to fall back on. It's so much wealth out here, but we got to be willing to sacrifice something right now in order to get to it. And that's one of the problems with us, man. We don't want to sacrifice a lot. We want instant gratification right now. And it ain't just us, it's everybody. But unfortunately, when you look at the statistics, which I do, we at the bottom of the totem pole, man. We control 3% of the wealth in this country, guys. That's a nothing burger. We control nothing. But yet and still, we spend the most. We spend the most. In 2024, we'll spend about $2 trillion, guys. We'll spend almost $2 trillion. But yet and still, we control 3% of the wealth. We make a lot of money, but we don't keep any of it. We spend it on things that don't build wealth. That's why we only have 3% of the wealth. And 97% of the wealth is somebody else owning it, right? So all I'm telling you is if you want to change that, you gotta change it. We gotta change it. So let's get started. Let's do that now. Let's not worry about next week. Let's worry about right now. What can I do today to change it? What can I do right now to change my financial situation? What can I do right now? First thing you got to do is put on your logical thinking cap. Turn off your emotional thinking cap. I'm talking about your brain. That side of your brain that's emotional, turn it off for a bit. And then turn on that side of your brain that's logical. See, that's the money-making side. That emotional side is the spending side. Once you turn that logical part of your brain on, then you got to say to yourself, okay, how do I build wealth? Okay, this is how I build wealth. I take my income that I'm making right now, and I got to put it in something. I got to put it in something that's going to grow it while I'm sleeping. I don't want to have nothing to do. I need to be able to put it in something and do that month in and month out, year in and year out, without me doing anything, and it'll grow on its own. How do you do that? Well, I use paper assets to do that. That's why that Moo brokerage account is so important. That's what I use to buy paper assets like NVIDIA, the Magnificent Seven, SPLG, FTEC. These are ETFs that I use, guys, to multiply my money while I sleep. And I've done that very successfully over 30 years. I also, like I told you, I buy real estate like this house right here, this big, beautiful house right here. Now, this ain't real estate for income. This is my primary residence, but guess what? I bought it in a great location where people have a desire to live. So in 5 years, it'll be a lot more than what I paid for it. That's a good place for me to park money. It's also a good place for me to park money when I'm buying real estate that I actually do put a tenant in, which I've done that for 25 years too, right? Build a lot of wealth buying single family homes and putting tenants in them. You can do the same, guys. You can put it in a business and multiply it, right? You can scale that business so that you can duplicate your efforts through people that you hire. And they will be able to continue to run that business for you, and you can generate income from a business you started that you no longer work in. Or you could scale the business and sell it to someone else and create a bunch of cash. So it's a lot of ways, guys, we can build wealth, but we won't build any of it unless we get ourselves in a financial mindset. And I think you got to turn your logical part of your brain on to do that. Well, thank you guys for stopping by the channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. Moo is going to give you some NVIDIA stock when you open up a new Moo brokerage account and make a deposit. All you got to do is get down to the first link in the description box. That's the Moo brokerage link. Click on it and get all the details on how you can get some NVIDIA stock. Don't delay, act today. Second link down in the description box is the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. Guys, all we do in that community is help each other build wealth, get to financial freedom and passive income. If you want to be a part of our team, all you got to do is click on that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon, and then come sign up for the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We'll call the Wealth Builders.